Have you ever listened to an album that completely splits people? I'm sure you have, and I have too. And now I'm going to do a review of the new Strokes album, Reality Awaits, which is already maligned and put down by many fans and critics alike. But there is still also some love out there. Welcome to Rock Kaput. My name is Alex, and I will give you my opinion on this latest effort of Julian and company. But before, as always, I want to remind you, if you like our content, please like and subscribe to the channel, and you will get notified when we release new episodes on punk, rock, and metal. So let's get into it. Not right now. First, if you don't know the band, I will want to give you a short bio. I mean, the Strokes, I'm sure you have heard of the Strokes. They are not that unpopular. So, the Strokes are an American rock band formed in New York City in 1998, consisting of Julian Casablancas, singer, Nick Valenci, Albert Hammond Jr., Nikolai Frazier, and Fabrizio Moretti. And they are widely credited with helping revive the garage rock revival and indie rock revival in the early 2000s, along with other bands. Their 2001 debut album, Is This It?, became one of the most influential rock records of its era, and it's known for its raw sound and catchy guitar hooks and effortless, cool swagger. And yeah, they carried on to release albums until today. And the last one was the new Abnormal in 2020, which was very good. And yeah, and the new record is called Reality Awaits, and it's a really interesting album because it feels like a very different direction for the Strokes. And there's been a lot of conversation around this record about the heavy auto tune and vocal processing. I think it's a vocoder. But I think the songs themselves are worth looking at first. There are some really interesting ideas here, both lyrically and also musically and sonically. Yeah, the album has a very strange mix of catchy strokes, style songwriting, darker themes, and yeah, and a more experimental, adventurous production. So let's get into the opener, Psycho Shit. The album starts with a very unreal atmosphere, and the production feels eerie, very uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like a normal opener of a rock album. It feels like you're entering some strange, distorted world. It has a very paranoid energy, and lyrically, someone is observing violence from a distance. Yeah, it might be personal, it might be political, it might be a government, yeah, something bigger. It's quite unclear. I mean, Julian often has ambiguous lyrics. Yeah, and musically, it sets the mood perfectly for this album. It's not a big, flashy opening, but it's more about creating a feeling. Yeah, and it totally succeeds with that. The second track is called Dine and Dash. Yeah, it brings back more of that classic Strokes vibes. The band is known for. It's fast, catchy, and has a really strong groove. And the lyrics are super dark. It's about lying, stealing, and people doing things they know are wrong. They are hurting people. And yeah, but they are still trying to justify themselves. And I really like how the song doesn't just say people are bad. It's more about how easily everyone can find excuses when we're under pressure and if we're in bad circumstances. So yeah, and the upbeat instrumental makes the dark lyrics really hit harder because of the contrast. Yes, I mean, the song sounds fun while talking about these uncomfortable things. Yeah, and then we come to the first highlight of the album. It is Lonely in the Future, a song that is already discussed very much. But this is really where the album clicked for me. The melody is incredibly catchy. Julian's phrasing is great, and the production has a very cool, at the same time futuristic and also 80s feel to me. This is also the track with the famous Anthony Fantano disc. I mean, Anthony Fantano is a YouTuber of the needle drop, and he has criticized Julian's band, The Voids, in the past. And I think that both have a little bit of beef. But yeah, I don't want to get more into it. It's actually not that interesting, yeah. But underneath it, it is a very cool song about being tired of your own reputation and also of the expectation of people. It's about a very arrogant person who is always ahead of everybody and above everybody, looking down and saying, "Oh, I did that in the past. I did that yesterday when I was a kid." Yeah, it's about wanting to move on from your past, but feeling like everyone else is still attached to this older, younger version of you and expecting different things. Maybe there's a lot of autobiographical stuff involved because, yeah, I mean, every artist doesn't obviously doesn't want that. If you always have expectations from outside to a younger version of yourself, it might not be good for your art. So yeah, and this song captures that weird feeling where your younger self feels both extremely close and incredibly far away. I mean, I did that yesterday, which is not that far away, when I was a kid, which obviously was a long time ago. So yeah, and it has such a catchy vibe. I love this song. Yeah. The next highlight is "Falling Out of Love." This is my favorite song on the album. I actually did a small cover of it on this channel. You can check it out if you want. Yeah, because I really love this track. Musically, it's really the most beautiful moment on the record. The arrangement is spacious, emotional, and the song slowly builds. I think the vocals are great, very, very emotional, despite the auto tune, and you can't hear really Julian's usual singing without effects. But yeah, what makes it hit so hard is really the idea behind it. And yeah, and also, of course, the music and the melody. But the lyrics, it's not about a big fight or betrayal. It's about really slowly realizing that a relationship has already ended emotionally before it really ended in reality. Yeah, it's a very sad, beautiful ballad. Yeah, and the production creates this feeling of distance. Yeah, it feels almost like you're looking back at something, yeah, that used to be really, really close and important to you. Yeah, love this song. The next song is called "Going to Babylon," and this one is, yeah, more of an experimental song. And the lyrics feel like a kind of a stream of consciousness, and the music matches that feeling very well. Yeah, it totally jumps between different ideas, but it's still the melody keeps it all together, and it doesn't feel random because the melody makes it work. And the song seems to question modern communication. Everyone is constantly talking, but yeah, is there really an understanding? So I think that's the question. Yeah. The next song is "Going Shopping." It was the first single. Probably you've heard it before. It's might be the most accessible song. It's very bright, catchy, very playful. I think they're making fun here of the consumer culture and all the routines uh, people fall into. Yeah, and I like that contrast. Again, a contrast. The music feels totally carefree, and the lyrics are very cynical. Yeah, the next song is called Liar's Remorse. It's a very interesting song. It doesn't have drums driving it forward, which could have made it feel a bit empty and boring, but it's instead they find other ways to move the song forward with keyboards and different textures. They slowly build the track and evolves more and more. And they add little details that keep appearing. And yeah, it's a great atmosphere. Yeah, and it's a big arrangement compared to the other songs. Yeah, but I don't connect as much to it as to the rest of the album. Yeah, then we come to the closer called Tyrants of the Mellow Moon. It's a very strange song. It feels a little bit like a dream sequence, maybe a nightmare even. The music is very atmospheric, surreal. The lyrics are full of weird images that feel very unclear, but probably intentionally. I think to me it might be about the quieter forms of control that we accept in our lives, like routines and comfort and distractions, and all those things that slowly influence our lives and we barely notice them. Yeah, but it doesn't give you a very clear ending. But I think that's the point of the record. They want to leave you in this very strange and unresolved place. Yeah, and and they make you wanna listen to it again and again and again. I mean, it's a short album anyway, and yeah, I'm really addicted to this album now. It's really very good. So, looking back, the album overall, almost every song is about people who feel disconnected. Yeah, and they are lying to themselves, they are stuck in routines, they are struggling to communicate, they, like in Falling Out of Love, hold on to relationships that are already over, or trying to escape who they used to be. Yeah, and that's why I think the overall production, the vocal effects, the autotune, and the vocoder, they actually make sense on a conceptual and on a lyrical level. I mean, I understand if you just don't like autotune or this, as some people put it, excessive use of autotune, it's totally fair. No interpretation of the lyrics or the concept is going to change your mind. I understand that. Yeah, but I want to point out, I don't think it's there just for the sake of sounding different or to sound cool. I think this is really a part of the album's world. This sonic palette and this distant human voice. And this voice sounds distant, almost like there's something between Julian and the listener. Yeah, and the best example, of course, is Falling Out of Love, the centerpiece. For me, the processed vocals make it even more heartbreaking. He sounds like someone trying to hold on to a relationship that's already become a memory, a distant memory. So while I get why the production turns some people away, I think there's a real artistic reason behind it. So they really thought about it, and to me, it totally makes sense. Yeah, for me, an album full of people or Julian Casablancas personas who feel disconnected from reality is actually the perfect place for such a voice, for a voice that doesn't quite sound fully human, but partly. Yeah, and this is really a collection of delusional songs far away from reality. And yeah, this is really the perfect place for this hidden human voice crying for help, yeah, from underneath the surface. But the humanity is still there, but it is hidden. And yeah, and combined with this title, Reality Awaits, this is a perfect fit to me. And yeah, at least I immediately connected to these songs and really did not think about if I like the autotune and how it would sound without it, and how could Julian do this to us. I don't have such thoughts. I could totally accept this sound aesthetic, and I liked it. Yeah, and I think this is yeah, a bold artistic choices, but and I love this album, and I think it's really one of the best Strokes albums in my opinion. It's very consistent in the execution of their vision. I think, yeah, and I connect with it. I mean, if you don't, I don't know what you can do about it. Yeah, I have such issues with other albums as well, but this one is great to me. So that's my take. Hope you liked my short review. If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate that. We are Rock Kaput, and yeah, we hope to see you soon in our next video. So bye bye and take care.